I'm here today to talk to you about one of my favorite subjects, toners. So let's back it up a little bit. When I was a teenager, I hated toners. I felt like what my skin needed, because I had acne, was a toner, because it felt dry and astringent, and it felt like it was like just drying everything out of my skin, and it stung, so it must be good because it must be like sucking all the oil out of my face and getting rid of the acne. But like I couldn't have been more wrong. What I was using was completely wrong for my skin, because I actually had like dry or maybe combination skin. I did not have oily skin, and what I thought was that acne was oily skin, but they aren't necessarily the same thing. And so using a toner that was drying and stung wasn't appropriate. And what it did is it like dried out the pimples, and then I had really, really dry, flaky patches. And then my acne would just be like this big dry pocket of skin, and I didn't know what I was doing, so it just didn't go very well, right? So you might have like similar memories of like using toners if you don't use them now, and just being like, what is this for? Why am I using this? It's not doing anything, or it just hurts, or whatever, right? So I'm here to tell you there are different types of toners. There are toners that are right for your skin. And if at any point in your skincare routine, your skin feels like it's pulling and dry and just doesn't feel very good, you're using a product that's not working for you. So whether it's after your cleanser, your toner, your serum, your peels, your night creams, whatever it is that you're using, if your skin hurts or feels like it's really, really dry and everything's pulling, you need a more hydrating product. So let's back it up and talk about Beautycounter's toners. So I brought 3 with me in the room because the 4th one I don't recommend very often. So let's talk about that one first. So Counter Control is our like oily line. And that doesn't mean if you have acne, you need to use Counter Control. What that means is if you have incredibly oily skin, you need to use Counter Control. And I would only recommend Counter Control for people in their late teens or early 20s who have incredibly, incredibly oily skin. So it's a very, very small segment of people. If you don't have oily skin, there's like witch hazel and that sort of thing in there. So it's just going to dry you out, and it's going to cause flakes, and your skin's going to not feel good, and it's not going to look good. So for most people, Counter Control toner is not the right toner. So let's get into the right ones for 95% of the population. Let's start with Counter Match. So Counter Match is the white line. This is the age prevention line. So what that means is like the squalene and the, oh goodness, I'm losing my words. All of the properties in here, all of the, oh goodness, the key ingredients in here, all the active ingredients in here are going to help with age prevention. So they're not going to reverse your aging, but they're going to stop aging in its tracks. And the Counter Match toner is called the Hydrogel Radiance Toner, and that's because it is gel, it is radiant. See, it's like a gel, it's not like a liquid. And I have makeup on right now, but if I put it on my skin, it's not gonna dry me out. It actually feels really nice. And it's gonna like really, really hydrate my skin. So let's talk a little bit about what a toner is supposed to do for your skin. So first up, it's gonna stop the cleansing process. So that means if you've washed your face with a cleanser, a lot of the time cleansers can like strip your natural oils, they can strip your natural bacteria, they could kill off the good bacteria and kind of like misbalance the pH. Now, if you're using a more gentle cleanser, it's not going to necessarily do all that, but it might still skew your pH a little bit. So using a toner is going to stop the cleansing process so that your pH can rebalance. And it's also going to like wipe away any of like the impurities or dead skin cells or anything like that. So you might have used a cleanser and splashed the water off your skin and just like, maybe you patted it dry with a washcloth or something, whatever you did. Using a toner is just gonna wipe all the excess away. So sometimes I find I might have just a little bit of like excess makeup running or something like that, and using a little bit of a cotton pad or just even using my fingers with one of these toners, it's just gonna wipe all that excess away. It also feels really good. So what it's actually doing while it's rebalancing your pH and making sure your good bacteria can thrive and all the bad bacteria are killed off, which by the way means like less acne in the long run, killing off those bad bacteria. It's also going to like prepare your skin. That's why we call it the prep step in any skincare routine, is because it's prepping your skin to take in more product. So what that means is if you're using like serums and lotions and that sort of thing, you're only really getting a little bit of the benefit of those serums and lotions if you're not using a toner. So using a toner just kind of opens everything up and preps your skin to take in more product. So if you think of like a dry sponge, this is a wet sponge, but if you think of a dry sponge, think of like dry earth. Think of like when it's like you haven't had rain in months and then it rains. The rain doesn't like just penetrate into the earth and disappear. It like pools on top and it takes a while to be able to penetrate. And that's exactly what happens when you put like a serum on dry skin. So using a prep step like a toner is going to like allow your skin to take in more. So you might only be getting like 20 or 30% of the benefit of your serums and your moisturizers if you're not using a toner. So if you use the toner, it's going to open everything up, it's going to get it all ready, and then your skin's going to just take in so much more of those serums. So trust me, using a toner should be a good thing. It should feel good. If it doesn't feel good, it's not the right toner for you. Let's find you a better toner. Okay, so again, if this one is all about age prevention, what I've also found with this one is it's really, really good at minimizing pores. So I used to have much bigger pores around here, and a combination of this guy and the overnight resurfacing peel just like shrunk those pores. So I use all three of these toners I'm gonna go through, but if I ever notice that my pores are like starting to look a little bit bigger, I just resort back to this one just to like get those pores back down small. So that's my FYI. So I used to use like this one in the morning and this one at night. I don't remember which order I did it. But now there's a third toner that I'm obsessed with, so it's a little bit more complicated. But let's get into this one next. So Counter Time, this is the Mineral Boost Hydrating Essence. So this isn't called a toner, but it is still the prep step. It does the same things that a toner would do, except it does more. So this is more like a skin food. It's full of seawater and minerals and all kinds of amazing things that are just gonna feed your skin. It also has that Counter Time Bakuchiol Swiss Alpine Rose Complex, which is like a safe alternative to retinol. So what that means is that it's going to help with reversing the signs of aging. So it's going to help re-promote the collagen growth. So when we're around age 25, we stop producing as much collagen as we used to. So it's going to help promote that again. It's just going to do so much to like plump and rehydrate your skin. It's amazing for all skin types. I would recommend this for every single person on earth. Unless you have like a weird reaction to it. I'm like trying to think, when would I ever not recommend this to someone? Unless you have like a weird reaction to it, this is good for everybody. Everybody, men, women, maybe not children, maybe not teens, but anyone 25 and up, this is an amazing, amazing product. It feels so good. I didn't even show you yet. So it actually has this like little adapter on top. You can like stick something in there and pop this out if you wanted to. I love this little guy. And so what it actually do, I just kind of shake it out, do like 4 or 5 shakes. It got quite a bit here. And it's kind of like this milky substance. So it's not quite as like thin as water, but it's close. And again, I have makeup on, so it's kind of dumb putting it on top, but it just absorbs right into your skin. When you're applying either of these two, I put them right into my palm of my hand and I press it into my skin. So I start with the high points of my face, so where the sun's going to be hitting me. So starting here, and then kind of work my way around. So again, like wipe under my eyes to make sure I've got all that extra makeup off, pat it all around, and really press it in. you don't want to put it in your hand and then just do this, because all the product's going to wind up out here, and you want to make sure you're getting it where you need it. So starting on the higher points of your face is where the sun's going to hit you. You're probably going to have more sun damage, and your skin just needs it more there, and then spreading it out throughout, and don't forget down into the neck area. Okay, so those are those two. The last one, this is, excuse me, our All Bright line. So if you're already in love with the All Bright C Serum or the All Bright Brightening Oil, this baby is another one from that line. But this is an AHA, BHA, kombucha, like niacinamide. Like, it has serious ingredients in it. So again, this is more like a skin food, but it's also an exfoliator. So the AHAs in there are going to actually slough away the dead skin cells more so than these guys would. These guys are going to wipe them away, but they're not going to like slough them away the same way. So if you're using like our Reflect Effect AHA mask, you want to use that a couple times a week, once a week, maybe twice a week. You don't want to use this one on the same day or the same time. So you can put this one in every morning, for example, to slough away the dead skin and just kind of rebalance everything. You can use this in tangent with one of these guys. So you could do all three if you wanted to. This is actually like a Japanese skin routine. It's called like 7 skins or something like that, where you just keep applying toners over and over again until your skin feels amazing. So however you want to do it, I'd recommend using this guy first, sloughing away all those skin cells, and then following up with your anti-aging, for example. Or you could do like I do and use this one every single morning and then alternate in the other guys in the evening, or use them both in the evening just to kind of balance it out so that you're not necessarily like using up all your products at once. Yeah, so that's toners. These are my 3 favorites. If you want to know which one's right for your skin, I'm probably going to say all 3, but honestly, it really depends on you and your skin and what else you're doing and what you want to get out of it. So if you're the kind of person who only does your skincare once a day and you're looking for exfoliation, then definitely go with this guy. If you want to minimize your pores and just get some hydration, or just incorporate a toner and just try it out, then definitely go with the Countermatch Hydrogel Radiance Toner. And if you want serious anti-aging and you're okay to spend a little bit more, the Essence is one of my favorite products for sure. And this guy's going to last you like 8 months if you're using it twice a day. I mean, obviously depending on how much you use, but these last forever. So like, it's bigger than my head. All right, so those are toners. Please pop your questions here. Happy to answer them. Happy to have one-on-one consults and figure out what's best for you too. Thanks for joining.